Did it say page not found? For Inside Gaming, of course, the website don't damn work. And close the tab, please. Going into the regular news section of this. Oh, actually, I didn't organize these shits at all. Give me 1 second, guys.
So the game Delta Force.
We gonna start with Delta Force. We gonna start with Delta Force. Assassin's Creed, Canon, Epic Game Store pre-installed on millions. Put that towards the end. That towards the end. U.S. Congressman. That shit is funny. Put that at the end. Oh, this is the network test I was talking about. Oh, this is the shit where you can register. Keep those right next to each other. Put that towards the end. Actually, no. Game of the Year stuff. Put this at the end to end of the TikTok shit.
So the game Delta Force Hawk.
Alright, so today, in terms of news, because the Game Awards was yesterday, there wasn't a lot of like fresh new news that wasn't about the Game Awards, number one. And number two, a lot of this stuff I'm about to speedball it through. And this TikTok, I'm gonna ruin it for y'all. I already saw this TikTok and I just wanna say,
Get the fuck out of here!
I was right yet again. So if y'all don't remember what I'm talking about, the first time that Delta Force came across my desk, the first time that I seen Delta Force, I looked at the gameplay for 10 seconds and I said, this is Call of Duty for niggas who don't want to play Call of Duty. And it fails. First off, I said the gameplay of this shit looks ass because it fails the, if it's like, why don't I just test? If it's like Call of Duty Warzone, why don't I just go play Call of Duty Warzone? If it's like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, why don't I just go play Call of Duty Black Ops 6? If it's like Modern Warfare 3, why don't I just go play Modern Warfare 3? Because that shit sucks. And if that sucks, this will suck by proxy. But my point in bringing this game up is every time I see news about this game, it's bad. Remember the article the other day where we was reading about how this shit got like 10 different microtransaction currencies, or like 8, 9, 100. Doesn't fucking matter. It's more than one microtransaction currency type. That shit is confusing and very dishonest. I fucking hate every time I see shit about this game, because even when I go on TikTok, they got a TikTok live bounty to try and get people to play this game, because more and more companies are working with stuff like TikTok to try and get people to play their games and whatnot on live streaming services and make video. They're literally, if I go into my TikTok center right now and show you, they're offering money for people to make videos over a minute about this game that get and meet a certain view threshold and start getting paid for it. This game, and I'm not saying that any of those things are a bad game. Are a bad thing. Any game that can afford to do that will. But the reason why I'm pointing all of this out is there is a very, very hard and very, very heavy marketing push for this game. And you know why? Because this shit is free to play slot. And apparently, on top of this game being a shitty rendition of Call of Duty, a shitty rendition of what is now a shittier version of Call of Duty, because you know, every time a new Treyarch Call of Duty comes out, it raises the standard, and every once in a while, a game comes out that raises the standard in a way that makes the old versions or old previous entries in that series unplayable because it revolutionized that much, right? So it plays like the shittier version of Call of Duty. It looks like a shittier version of Call of Duty. Call of Duty Battlefield is what I heard this get compared to. So it looks and plays like a shittier version of Call of Duty / Battlefield. It's free to play shop. They try and charge you out the wazoo with a bunch of different bullshit. I heard in this game they got $70 skins. that every time you open a storefront for, you gotta see a commercial begging you to buy. And on top of that, it's a fucking mobile game with console level graphics. Every time you hear that, any sort of phrasing, mobile level game with console level graphics, you already know what the fuck this is. But on top of all, hold on, I really gotta move this mic to a better place or like get a new mic stand, holster, shits for it. But on top of the fact that all those things are already true about this game, apparently this shit got niggas installing spyware on their computer. Now again, I watched this video already, so I already know what he's gonna talk about, so I'm gonna play out the video and let him go in more depth describing it.
Just released and it is absolute dog shit.
Wait, does he have background?
Gameplay problem. There are so many restrictions to play this game that it makes it unplayable. These are things you cannot run while playing the game. You cannot have it.
You heard that? There are certain programs on your computer you can't open. So if you want to, I don't know, take advantage of the fact that you're playing a game on PC and open Google Chrome in the background, you want to play music in the background, you just can't. Why? Because they said fuck you, that's why.
Have a USB drive. You cannot have a hardware macro.
Oh, USB. So yeah, let's say you do homework on your computer or you do a class project, you plug one of these bitches in your computer, can't start the game up. Never in life have I heard the sentence, if you have a USB plugged in, you can't start this game. What? What if I have this game installed on a USB? It gets worse. That's the crazy part. This ain't nothing. It gets way worse.
You cannot have DMA bridges. You cannot run this in a virtual machine. You cannot have speed hack software. You cannot fucking have the game open while having another application open. This guy says the anti-cheat install.
Yeah, so like I said, if you want to listen to music while playing it, nope. You want to watch a video while playing it, nope. You want to, let's say you're disabled and you want to run accessibility software that helps you play the, nope. Nope. No to all of the above. Nope. Can't do it.
Kernel level spyware, which in and itself cannot be uninstalled when you uninstall the game. Meaning that.
You heard that? You heard that? Let me rewind that. Because this is a game that like every fucking source in life is begging and marketing to me to play, but because I'm an informed consumer, which a lot more you niggas need to be, because I'm an informed consumer, I knew this shit looked like fucking trash.
The anti-cheat installs kernel level spyware, which in and itself cannot be uninstalled when you uninstall the game. Meaning that when you download it.
Oh wait, actually, let him explain.
This shit, right? And you try to uninstall the spyware anti-cheat, it can't come off the fucking computer.
Ever since I learned about how bad kernel level spyware is, when Valorant came out and I was playing Valorant, I've been against the shit since.
It keeps these services in your computer even if the game is uninstalled.
Taking up space on my hard drive for some shit I don't even want to use. Because if I uninstall the game, clearly I don't want to play this shit anymore. What the fuck you mean it's still installed on my computer? And also another thing I want to mention, the fact that you can't run this shit on a virtual machine means you have to play this on Windows pretty much. And for those of y'all who don't understand why that's bad, there's this alternative operating software called Linux. I won't say it's anywhere near the amount of people that play on Windows, definitely more than the people that play than the 7 crazy niggas in a bathroom that play games on Mac. But like, the people who do want to play this game on Linux, they have to run this shit with compatibility layers and stuff like that. You can't run anything in the background. So you can't play this game with a compatibility layer. And even if you just wanted to put this game in its own quarantined environment to test out the game and play the game, you can't. Because apparently, going off of this, it detects that you're playing it in a virtual machine and says, nuh-uh, you gotta install me on your real computer so I can access all your data and sell it. Fuck out of here.
This shit is crazy. For anybody out there that was thinking about playing this game, man, I know it's free to play, but bro, I would wait, man. I would fuck
wait. I wouldn't play this shit at all. The way that fucking legislators and shit are talking about how they think TikTok is spyware and shit, They acting like it's like this. Like, this is spyware. What the fuck you mean I could never delete this program off my computer once I download it? Huh? Never heard of no shit like that. That sounds like something out of a horror movie.
Way. Because y'all do not want spyware on your computer in which you uninstalled and it's still fucking there. Y'all be safe out there, bro, because I was thinking about
wasting space on your fucking computer, might I add. A lot of people can't clear space off their computer for shit. So another program that they literally can't get off of their computer, wasting space, terrible.
Playing this game, but now that they saying that this shit is on my computer, they gonna try to hack into my bank? Hell nah. Fuck no.
Fuck no. You heard that? Fuck no. Get that shit out of here. And this one, so I talked about this a little bit in my Game of the Year, Game Awards type video, but in case you didn't watch that, basically Elden Ring is getting a new game called Elden Ring Night Ring that is completely 100% co-optable, and apparently pretty soon they're doing wait, what is this saying? FGC YouTube I thought it said FGC YouTuber was hacking people. Whew. Whew. Anyway, let's go back to this. Apparently Elden Ring is having a game that's fully co-opable, fully seamless multiplayer, and y'all know how I feel about fuck you Ring. So I really just want to play this game to over level and grief people. That's my only purpose in life for playing this game at all, period.
Would you work?
Because the gameplay damn sure ain't fun, and I want to make sure nobody else has fun.
Legal officer has revealed that the studio hired fans as they would work for less compensation.
Oh, that's why I linked this. I'll probably talk about that more another day. Niggas exploiting fans and shit like that. I forgot this is fucking Insider game. I'm starting to not like them.
Night Rain is
their website don't work.
In February,
they do these shits where they just glaze over topics.
Naughty Dog's new IP, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, is still making waves.
Yeah, I kind of don't give a fuck. I thought it was gonna be all about that one topic. But yeah, I dropped the link in the chat earlier for those of y'all sitting in here. But yeah, you can pretty much go look that up. Something I really wanted to actually read on was how apparently, and I think it's Brazil because I read the headline for somewhere else. Oh, Europe and Latin America. Apparently, Epic has signed a deal with Telefonica to get its app on devices in Europe and Latin America. Now, I have no idea who the fuck this company is or if they're significant. But they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange for $4. So they must be a halfway decent company. Let's see what they stock been looking like. Max. They've been around since the 90s. They was up like 2007. And over time they went down. So I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. And I don't know why the fuck they peaked in 2007 and then just hopped off a cliff ever since then. And I don't know. By the way, this is not financial advice. This is just me looking at shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with their stock. Seems like I don't know. I would have to know what is their strength and what is their market share amount. Because a $4 stock price, I'm not gonna lie, your stock is literally, it's less expensive for me to buy a sandwich than to share in your company. That's kind of a crazy sentence to be able to say aloud. So I don't know how much of the telephone market they own in Europe and Latin America, but to have Epic Games store app pre-installed on phones, that's a pretty good thing. Because I want y'all to keep in mind while I'm talking about this topic that the average person does not delete bloatware off their phone, and the average person sees bloatware off their phone and they don't go, ew, bloatware, get it away from me, get it away from me. You will not trick me into playing your game, demon. Most people go, well, I mean, it's already downloaded on the phone. I might as well try it. I might as well give it a chance. I might as well see what this game's talking about. Okay? So this is a pretty powerful thing in terms of Epic Games being able to get some stock in the more general gaming market. And what do I always say? Steam is a great company, but I would love Steam to have some competition so that there's something forcing them to not be lazy. Because as long as Gabe Newell is in charge, Steam will never get lazy and will always be trying to find the next innovative thing they can implement, because that is the one thing I do like about Steam, their business practices. But I prefer for you to have competition that forces you to innovate, and you have a good leader that is pushing for innovation, then nothing forcing you to innovate other than competition. Because the second you get rid of that competition, no reason to innovate. Anyway, Epic Games has struck a deal with Telefonica to have its mobile storefront pre-installed on millions of compatible Android devices. As such, those who buy a phone from Telefonica network, such as a O2 or Movistar in Spain, the United Kingdom, the home of broken teeth and blood pudding, Germany, and Spanish-speaking Latin America, will immediately have the app, which offers access to Fortnite, Fall Guys, and Rocket League Sideswipe. You know what's also something that we should be glad that we have access to? Water. You know what you should do with that glad access to it? Grab you a container that can contain liquids. Put it up to your lip. After filling it with the liquid named water, hydrogen, oxygen, in case you don't know like the normal name and you need the Latin name for it. Not the Latin, the scientific name for it. Hydrogen, oxygen. Take some hydrogen, oxygen, and I said that backwards. Hydrogen, oxygen. My fault. Hydrogen, oxygen, and swallow it. Don't get on my ass for that. Anyway, Epic will bring third-party games to the storefront as well, while the partners plan to offer mobile games on Telefonica's networks extra perks over the next year or so. So, for those of y'all who don't understand what's going on, basically for like since Android has been existed, essentially the only way for you to download games natively was the Google Play Store. But if now these phones are coming pre-installed with Epic Games, that means people will now have to make a decision as to whether they want to download an app and use Epic Game Store services, which also work on PC and have a long history of working on PC and being actually good, versus Google Play, where they do have PC crossplay integration in terms of like both places where you can play their games, and in terms of they have a PC client. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anybody you could convince to download the Google Play mobile client and when something like this exists. And also, they have what in the industry is called a killer app, that being Fortnite. Let's be real as shit. If you give people a choice between Minecraft Pocket Edition, which is probably going to be on EGS if it's not already, you give people a choice between, I don't know, Minecraft Pocket Edition on mobile and Fortnite on mobile, who you think gonna win? I love Minecraft, I love Fortnite, I love both those games equally, but come on now, Fortnite is way more popular right now. So they have a killer app, and then Fall Guys and Rocket League Sideswipe, they got some killer apps on there, because a lot of people who are in the gaming sphere may see Fall Guys as like a game that came out a while ago that nobody gives a fuck about anymore, but that game still has a pretty strong and pretty popular player base. So I don't know. It may not be a killer app. You could argue that it may not be a killer app, but what you can't argue is that that's a pushover game that nobody plays. Telefonica has more than 300 million customers. As such, this deal could bring Fortnite and Fall Guys. Ooh, 300 million customers? Let me look up something. Live in the US, yeah. So over 330 million people live in the US, and they saying that this has access to over 300 million, damn near 400 million customers. That's more people than in America. If you like cut down for some of the business accounts and stuff like that and adjust for that, or adjust for people who are paying for 2 accounts and whatnot, if you adjust for that, that's still about as much people that live in America as how many customers they have, and they operate in multiple countries. And it's probably gonna be on like their base. Here you go, here's a bullshit phone just so you can use our service. Ass phones. This could be big. Epic debuted its mobile game store a few months ago after years of wrangling with Apple and Google over the duo's purported smartphone and tablet duopoly, and having given the companies a share of revenue from in-app purchases. Among other things, Epic accused Google of blocking OnePlus from offering users a way to install Fortnite without having to go through the Google Play Store. That's somewhat true. You had to jump through a lot of extra hoops. However, Epic has mixed results in its legal battles with Apple and Google. And that's pretty much all for that article. But this could be a big thing. This could give Epic a player base and an underserved market problem, maybe, that makes them more competitive with not only Steam, but with also Google Play and the Apple App Store. So I'm going to keep my eye on this story as best as I can, because it's not a typical story in the gaming sphere that you would see get a lot of publicity. But whenever it does come across my desk, I'm definitely picking up that file to at least glance over the title to see if I should throw it in my notes. I forgot what I wanted to say about this one. Developers say an avalanche of weird skins is to maximize fun for players, whatever that means. Oh, I don't even have to read this one. I wanted to bring this one up to say this is what happens when you buy microtransactions. When you buy the fuck out of microtransactions, what happens is there's what developers can only think of as a vocal minority of people saying we hate this shit, because people who love the fuck out of these games buy skins left and right, and they keep these companies afloat. This one, I want to read the Cliff Notes versions for, but apparently Assassin's Creed Shadow has a canon mode. Let's read more about it, and I'll see if there's anything else I want to break that off. Assassin's Creed Shadows offers canon mode for players who prefer preset choices to shape the game's narrative. So that makes me ask, why the fuck are you adding multiple endings if you're just gonna make one playthrough canon? I don't know. That just feels like a waste of my fucking time. Why? Okay, to give you a better example, this is essentially like giving me... This is like you go to play For Honor and they give you a pencil as a weapon. What the fuck I'm gonna do with that? Like, only thing I could do with a pencil in a game like For Honor against niggas with axes, niggas with, I believe they had crossbows at some point, niggas with spears, sword and shield, sneaky assassins with double daggers. The only thing I'm gonna do against them with a pencil is write, "Hey, please don't kill me" on a sign as I back away slowly and walk off the battlefield. So it's like, why are you adding this here? Why are you adding in the system where you could have different choices to get different endings if it's not gonna matter because it's probably not gonna be canon? Why add it at that point? Why? That's just stupid. And that also makes me think that a lot of the other endings besides the canon ending are gonna be shit, or are gonna be lackluster little slightly branching paths that are just not worth playing for. The game caters to fans of older action adventure titles while incorporating role-playing game elements. The whole world in Shadows will be comparable in size to previous games like Origins, covering around 80 square kilometers. I speak freedom units, so what does that mean? 8 square feet. This game gonna be 80 feet big? Nah, that ain't right. A foot 80 times, nigga, that's like a mile. That's not that big. I don't know. I didn't play Origins and Odyssey, so you know what? There may be some verticality added into it. Maybe some verticality. Oh, I accidentally added this shit twice. There may be some cool ass verticality in it. And only thing we no. This is in the wrong place. I thought that was the only thing we had left for a second. This we're gonna put at the end. What is this? Oh, so remember how I said Astrobot needs to come out with merch? They're finally doing it, but hopefully this is one item in a long line of things to come, because it's Silver Astrobot. This is a start, but like, please Sony, can we get the classic Astrobot design? This one, I wanted to like have a little mini rant about it, but in short, if you pay for HBO Max, you're a fucking dumbass, because they're taking every bit of value off of HBO Max. You could find this shit, you could find more content on YouTube illegally on like reposters and reclippers that just have never gotten caught. You can find more of that shit illegally on YouTube, or even more on I gotta add that to my mood. Do I have space on my mood shit? Yeah, I got 3 spaces on mood. So I'm gonna have to add that to mood. But you actually, matter of fact, nah, I'll download it later. But yo ho ho, bro. Yo ho ho. Until these streaming services start acting right, yo ho ho it up. This one, I really don't know what the fuck is going on with it, and I don't have the mental energy to give a fuck, and I really just want to play Astrobot. So we're gonna watch this trailer, see what this trailer is about, because I saw an article about it in my timeline, and we're gonna see if this is something worth keeping my eye out for, or if this is a big bag of bullshit. It's a 5-minute trailer, so I'm gonna give it a chance, give it that full 5-minute treatment, and see what's going on.
Hi everyone, Michael Clark, lead producer for Hyperlight Breaker here, and on behalf of all
this game looks fire.
I'm thrilled to officially announce Hyperlight Breaker is launching on Steam Early Access in January 2025.
Okay.
We've been hard at work on making Breaker the best it can be before it enters Early Access, and we want to thank
I just thought about that. This is from the people that made Hyperlight Drifter.
at this point.
Okay, this game looks cool though.
Early Access will mark just the beginning for our players. Throughout Early Access, we'll be adding a ton of content and getting your feedback to help evolve Breaker across the board. Before Early Access,
How much will it cost when it come out, or will it be free to play when it come out?
what you need to know before you jump into the overgrowth with fellow Breakers.
Yeah, convince me, gang. Okay, not crazy type controls.
Open world roguelite set in a brand new realm in the world of Hyperlight. Taking
Roguelite, you lost me. Game looks beautiful. I heard roguelite. I'm out of there. That was a tier list I wanted to create too today. And fuck it, we ball. Yeah, and this article we'll read about later. For those of you watching live, all you have to do to continue watching, oh no, wrong thing. All you have to do to continue watching live